join me in welcoming Colonel Chris Hadfield.
Good evening. Thanks everybody for coming. I will stay here until I've signed everybody's everything. So don't worry at all. I thought though it might be nice just while we're all here to talk a little bit about it and then maybe see if I can answer some people's questions. Just in addition to what Cody said, I've flown in space 3 times, twice on the space shuttle. I helped build the Russian space station Mir on my first flight. And then on my second space shuttle flight, I helped build the International Space Station and did a couple spacewalks, which is the coolest experience you could possibly imagine, being outside on a spacewalk. And then on my third flight, I was the pilot of the Russian spaceship, pilot of the Soyuz. And I was NASA's director in Russia for a couple of years, director of operations in Star City. And then flew on the Soyuz on my third flight, went up and docked at the station and stayed there for 5 months. And with all that, I've been around the world 2,593 times. I didn't count, somebody else counted. And it's been an amazing richness of experience. And while I was going through those 3 flights, I took pictures. You would too, if you were up there. You would take pictures. NASA gives you no time to take pictures. They just assume you're going to find time to get to the window and look at the world. And all told, I took about 45,000 pictures over the 6 months I spent in space. Wow. And that's the only reason I took 45,000 was there wasn't time to take more. The world is just so gorgeously beautiful. You know, we're in a fixed orbit and the world turns underneath you. And while I was on board the spaceship, we went from one side of the solar system to the other. We went halfway around the sun
that's right.
while I was on board the spaceship. So the seasons changed in the world. The winter and summer reversed. So every time you came around the world, it was someplace new and different seasons, different weather, different textures, and just so gorgeous. So I wrote the first book, An Astronaut's Guide, kind of as what's useful out of the experience. But then this past winter, I was thinking, I have 45,000 pictures, most of which I've never even seen. Like I pushed the trigger on the camera, the shutter fired, and then I never had time to look at most of the pictures. I just sent them down to NASA, and they went into the vault down in Houston at the Johnson Space Center, and I never saw them. And I thought that's just a waste. So this winter, I went through 45,000 pictures. And tried to choose the best couple thousand of them and put them in a file. And then out of those few thousand, I tried to choose as if my governing idea was, let's say that the 2 of us were by the window in the space shuttle and I wanted to show you the world in 92 minutes, once around. What would I show you and what would I say? That was how I tried to choose the pictures, just to show you what the whole world look like. And it is so gorgeous and so varied, and there are places that are ugly and places that are fantastically gorgeous and just so rich and different. And I didn't want to just have a coffee table book that you might look through for the beauty of it. I wanted to write something on every single picture as if we were floating beside the window together. What would I say to you if I said, oh wait till we come to New Zealand, look, you can see that volcano coming. Look at that volcano, it's unbelievable, perfectly symmetrical. Or look at Auckland, like the land's just been ripped up like cold taffy. Anyway, and so that's what this book became, which is really my best attempt to share the incredible experience of being by a spaceship window once around the world. And this week it got announced as a New York Times bestseller, which is